Boom, boom, bam, 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 bam. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's see. How is everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Oh, man. I swear, I've been up early this morning and I am fighting myself not to take a nap in the afternoon because then I swear that'll have me up all night. So I'd rather go to sleep early and wake up early than to be up all night. Because that nighttime, that night mind, and you're not doing nothing, it'll drive you to a whole nother place. I know mine does. But yeah, I just want to drop in, say what's up, see how everybody is doing on this Friday. Ah, I am cool. I mean, it's a nice day. It's not, not too sunny, not gray. So I will take the in between on the weather side. And I just can't help but thinking how tomorrow is my oldest son's 25th birthday. And so, hey, Terry Lynn, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that tomorrow I will have a 25-year-old. That is so amazing to me. Now, on the other side of when we talk mental, this is the first birthday that I haven't been there, like physically with my children, for one of their birthdays. So thank you. I will tell him. So at first it was kind of making me, this week has been kind of hard because I told myself around Christmas when I wasn't with them for Christmas or Thanksgiving, I said, well, that's okay because I'll be back and I'll be back before, their birthdays begin. And then, we'll just go on from there. And so everything has happened for me not to be back there yet. And I just feel like there's a reason. I might not know exactly what it is right now, but there's a reason. And so, yeah, like I said, this week has been hard. Like as a parent, even when I think of everything that goes on here, that goes on in the world, one of the things that'll beat you up all the time is feeling like you're doing less as a parent or that you could do more as a parent. So whenever I feel like that, I always get a little down. And I know part of that, because when we talk about going back to what bothers us, I know that part of that for me is that I had my children young and all odds were stacked against us. More people said they would fail or they wouldn't be, or my sons would become this, or this would happen because I was a young parent. And so anytime I feel like something's not being done to the best of my parents, and I always think like they were right. Or what if this looks like this? Or what if my child is alone, for this birthday? But my children know that as long as I'm breathing, that, only space can keep us apart because that's it. But I'm there for them. Thank you. But sometimes we beat ourselves up, we beat ourselves up. I used to beat myself up about mistakes I made in growing and learning as a parent. But I realized that also when I had my kids, because they don't come with a handbook for any of us. And what we're going through doesn't change just because you have children. So I had to grow up with them. And I had to learn with them. And so now at this age, I just feel like, I don't know, not everything's not going to be perfect, but I just really was thinking like, man, this is going to be odd to wake up. And then the hardest part is my nephew, my best friend's son, and my son have the exact same birthday, March 26th. He's just a year older. He was born 1 year before my son. So tomorrow we will be celebrating his birthday. So it'll be odd to be celebrating a birthday on his birthday and not be with him. So, when you think of things that sometimes make you a little down, that had me a little down. But I know one thing about kids, you're all day, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this dinner. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And they're like, I got plans. I got something else to do. So I tell myself that too, that even if I was there, I'm always going to make my kids dinner on their birthday. Hey, Gino. I'm always gonna make them dinner on their birthday, but even then they come in late, like, okay. And did he walk in with a pizza? And I made this whole meal for him. Hey, Friday Happiness. Uh, and I made this whole dinner for him because I'm so excited that it's his birthday. So I had to tell myself that. So I had to pull myself out of that. And sometimes idle time can do that. And like for me, because of my eyes, when people see you, everything seems fine. Oh, nothing's wrong with your eyes. There couldn't be 26 stitches in one of your eyes. Oh no, it's no way that the light is blinding you. It's no way that you can't focus, and I can't make direct eye contact because it'll cause my eye to start crossing. They don't notice those things. But sometimes when you're sitting in the house all day, that can drive you crazy too. So that's why I try to get out of the house, even if it's just to go to the store, just to get some air, just to hear the birds in a different way than hearing them from inside. Just different things I have to do. Um, the Three Musketeers. I always would say it was DKIK, and those are my children's initials, and that's what it was. Like that was the crew. That's what it was about. And though we have a village, but I always knew that if your dad, like when it came to like your parents, I always knew like I'm gonna, until I'm not breathing, I'm definitely gonna be there, not miss a thing. Hey, make it make sense and not miss a thing. So, like I said, so at first I was a little down. I've had those a couple of times this week where I've just kind of been down, but luckily not that kind of down where you can't, because there's different stages to being down. You know what I mean? But it wasn't that down where you're not getting up or eating, or it wasn't that down where I'm just crying all day. It was just feeling like it's something I'm supposed to be doing that I can't do, and there's nothing I can do to change it. So it kind of had me a little down. Uh, but like I said, I started realizing the blessing. Like I am blessed. I come from a city where a lot of young men don't see 25, and a lot do. You know, but when it comes to the generation of my children, that's the generation we're losing a lot in my city. So I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed that, when we came into this situation, I literally, when we left, I had one kid trying to come back to Chicago. I had one kid in their own place who was already in there. That was my daughter. And then I had a son who was almost in a drifting place. And we got that all together. Now he has his own place, his own apartment. That makes me very, very proud of him. It makes me, hey, AAA. It makes me very proud of him. And so I'm just grateful for the things that we are this year. So my son turned 25 this year. My son had his first child last year in September. And so it's just a different stage. And I'm just waiting, as he prepares. Because when I was young, I thought 18 was grown. And I realized as my kids hit 18, like, oh, they are so far from really being ready for this real world. And, some, when you go to college and things like that, and you learn to experience the world. You learn to experience budgeting, making it, scraping food together, everything, that real world that's out here, So when you don't, you still live at home, you forget the parts of a real world. But I always said that my children could stay with me until they were 25, definitely. And I would definitely never have them on the streets. But I'm blessed. All of my children are in their own place. So I had to start counting what was good, But like I said, the mother in me for a second was like, wait a minute, my baby's not going to be able to celebrate without me. Hey, Lala, my baby's not going to be able to celebrate. They'll never make it without me there. But he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And so I was like, let me come on here, chit chat with you guys, see what's up, tell you about me. Terry Lynn, I really, 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 really enjoyed doing that candlelight prayer, minute of silence, not even that we were all in prayer, but just a moment of silence. And I really liked being there for people because I know how hard it is every year when it's a birthday or the day someone passes. I know how hard that is for the soul. So it really felt good to it really felt good to give support and just be there and just care. And, there are many more who probably today is that day, or today is just another day where they had to put one foot in front of the other without someone who they depend on, who they love, who they count on, who they're missing. So just sometimes we have to give out that energy. We have to give out that energy. So that really inspired me today. Like, just some days I try my best to do something good. You know what I mean? To do something good. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's I got on the bus and, hey, forget it, I just paid somebody's fare, or anything. Just something good, because it just feeds my soul. It really does. It makes me feel better about what I'm doing. What I'm doing out here. Because, like I said, it's been many days where you put nothing out on the earth every day but bad. And that may just sound like talk I'm saying to say I'm gonna be good. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Even thinking of my son, I remember being young and telling people, I don't even want to see 25. For what? If life has been this, I couldn't imagine how much rougher it would be by the time I got there. And then I remember pushing up on 25 and thinking, why am I here? And I had children. And thinking, like, why am I here? Like, this shit get harder every day. It get rougher every day. And every time I think I got the answer, it's a new question. And so to be here at a place where now my oldest is 25, I feel blessed. And I couldn't imagine him thinking, I don't even want to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine. So I truly, like I said, that doing that candlelight and just being there for someone and being able to give some good energy and out to each other, you know what I mean? And that just was really a good start. And like I said, I woke up to laughing. I just woke up to laughter. So that feeds the soul too. It's hard to go from laughing to just plain old cussing somebody out. So I was like, oh, okay, you got a good start. You got a good start no matter what. You might have woke up super early and stayed up and everything else, but you got a good start. And so I just wanted to continue that. So I was sitting around today, harassing my dog, harassing me. He's such a character. But I was harassing him. Then I had a talk with my brother, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to go ahead, turn on my music, get into a live, you know what I mean? See how everybody's doing. See what you guys are doing right now. And that was it. Like, I'm like, okay, that's what I really want to be a part of. Yeah. It was really nice. I had a white candle and I was going to light it, but then I said, wait a minute, this candle has 3 wicks and I want to light one for each of them. You know what I mean? Now, whoever falls under that umbrella that we're sending out the vibes for them, it's under these names that that I know. So I'm like, I don't care if these are your stage names or your real names. Whoever is listening knows who you are. And that was for anybody who's in pain, anybody who, somebody could have been losing someone today or lost someone today. So it was just that. And it felt good to send out that kind of energy. Hey, Queen of O'Hara. Hey, Colleen with the K. I try not to miss anybody. I saw a name actually in here and I was like, hold on. My eyes trying to focus. Is that Lackaloo? Oh, we gonna call you Miles. Hey there. Don't get me started. I come from a place where we make up ways to spell names. And I'm not making that up. We do. I know I did. But yeah, so that felt real good just to be a part of that. And then, like I said, so I haven't really done anything. I made a sandwich. I put this pork roast in the crock pot. I said I was going to slow cook it for 24 hours. I think I'll make some pulled pork sandwiches with it, but most of it is really going to the dog. I barely eat pork anymore. Hey, Renrock. Hey, bro. Nothing. Just chilling. Checking in on everybody, seeing how their Friday is going, telling them how mine is going. Nothing else. Who wasn't alone? Who can't we leave alone, Terry? Yep. Sometimes just asking someone, how are you? And then not just that, but listening to how they are. And sometimes just saying, that shows you cared enough to even ask. Yeah, that goes a long way. Hello goes a long way sometimes. A smile goes a long way sometimes. That smile might make somebody's day. And you may not even realize it to the day you're not smiling. And somebody says, man, I came in looking forward to you smiling, because that makes my day. And then you realize, wow. So you have to be careful. You never know. You never know what you're bringing to somebody. That's what makes me think about doing better. Because I think about all the days I was doing something wrong, and I didn't even think about what I was doing to nobody. Nobody. I didn't think about it at all. It didn't cross my mind. It didn't cross my mind that my energy may have been so off that I shifted the whole energy in the room when I walked in. I never thought about that kind of stuff, at all. But when you start reflecting on the good, you start really thinking about that bad. He's like, oh, wait, I can't even go back. I can't. I like I even told my brother today, I'm like, thank you, make it make sense. And what's funny is, as you see, I got dimples. My face is a little chubby, but I got dimples. And when I was young, my dimples were so deep. And people in my family would always say, oh, Danny, when you smile, it just changes my day. And then one day I remember being so angry, probably about 12, and thinking like, why the am I making people smile? And I'm so upset. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. Then you found yourself a period, fake smiling, just, nothing really good. And now it's like, no, that's what I told you all. If it was one thing I was bringing back for 2022, it was real laughter, real joy, really embracing and feeling a moment. You know what I mean? Like I said, like earlier when I told you all, I cuss like a truck driver. I just can tame it. So even on here, I'm gonna slip up. Not even slip up. I'm grown, but I'm gonna curse and all those things. But at one point, it's times I could just no words but curse words is coming out. It's filth, flying filth with some more filth and a little more filth and flying and all that combined. It's all that's coming out my mouth. But because, like I said, I've worked with children, elderly people. I've done I've drove around for dialysis patients. I've, done home care. And you're not sitting up in there talking to, hey, what the, you want? What you need? You got talking to them like that. So I can also go periods and not say a curse word, not need to use a curse word to talk. But trust me, my mouth is, I grew up on Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, Andrew Dice Clay, you know what I mean? You name them, Red. But I grew up on comedians that every word was a curse word. So if you think my sense of humor or my mouth isn't filthy. Filth, flying filth. It is. It is. Oh, thank you, Colleen with the K. That really makes me feel that, sometimes you question if people really, like, if you're being transparent, like, do they really see me? Do they really notice the truth? Do they really understand that we are all the same? Like, I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking, man. That's it. And that's all. Is that my Susan? Hey, Susan. Now, you better be making sure you're enjoying yourself now. Don't be on here and you should be enjoying yourself. Not saying you won't enjoy yourself here. But yeah, so like I said, so today I was like, oh, you know what? You got to move around. You got to get up. You have to move around. You have to think about what's good. And every time something bad came into my mind, I thought about what was great. And when I was young, this may sound crazy to you all, but when I was young, whenever I thought of cutting somebody out of my life, I imagined them no more in my life forever. And if I woke up from that dream and I thought, that was a bad dream, but I sure don't want to mess with them, we were done. But if I woke up and I thought, I'm so glad that was a dream, I'm so glad they're still here, then I knew that there was just work to be done. You know what I mean? Now, trust me, I can only give it my all. I'm not going to give it my all and half of yours, but I can give it my all. And so I had to start putting that back into my life, where not just waking up and thinking about losing people, but thinking about what's important. Like, what is, what could you imagine? Some days we wake up and it's like, oh, such and such said this, Bookie did this, they did this is going on. I don't have enough money here. I don't have enough money there. I don't this, I don't that. But you don't realize, like, all of my kids are still here. I never go without eating, even when I'm broke. I've never not had a roof over my head. I've never stood out in the cold and had to beg. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed because it's people that have to do that and don't think it's because they were a druggie or wine. And no, you never know what circumstance led somebody there. You never know. So that's why I try to come on and give something positive. And there are days that I could come on here and probably be negative because in that moment, I'm caught in the moment. Here's a good example. When I went to my son's baby shower in Dallas, it was an experience. I mean, it really tested, like I said, outside of these YouTube walls and in front of this camera, it tested, did I want to go one way or another? And I had to think of the whole big picture, like the whole thing. So here, you can act a fool. But when you act a fool, what I don't have to do is explain myself later. What I'll explain is, oh, you know what? I stayed out the way because I didn't want this to become something worse. I also knew if I act a fool, my son gonna act one with me. And I want him to do better. Because, you tell your children, do as I say, not as I do. But the truth is they're going to do what you do. They're going to follow suit. So that's why I had to start changing things up. I had to start thinking about when my daughter was a freshman in high school and she would tell me how these kids would be on, and I wasn't on no kind of social media. So they'd be on social media and they had groups of who was this and who was that and who's ugly to them and all this. And it was questioning who she was for a moment. And the mother in me said, oh, let's get on this baby and get busy. You know what I mean? Let's get golly. Let's pull all the bullies out the water. But what I thought was in that moment, what I have to do is assure in her that she's okay. Because even when you fight, it don't make you okay. It doesn't. I mean, I fought and still felt shit. Still felt like, oh my goodness, this actually feels worse. This actually feels worse because I fought physically and thought it would bring some kind of resolve to me, some type of, and it didn't. And I fought verbally and thought, I got to tell them all about themselves. I ain't feel no better, really. You know what I mean? I felt like I told them about themselves, but it didn't bring me peace. It didn't. So I just said, I'm going to start fighting different. And I'm also going to start fighting in a way they're not prepared. That's why I talk about bad boys and girls move in silence. And so for me, it's like, I'll give you something better. See, because you expect this. I'm going to give you something different. Thank you, Terry Lynn. Oh, yes, yes. And people don't know there are many degrees of being homeless. And it doesn't just mean you're standing out on the street, sleeping under a box. It's more than that. I'm 42 years old. And right now, if the state was to declare me something, they declare me homeless because I don't have anything in my name. I'm staying with somebody. They call it doubling up. So in reality to the world, I am homeless. So even though I pay, you know what I mean? There's no way you can stay for free. So even though I pay to stay and I carry my weight and everything else, technically that is what I am. And I had to take power from that word too. So I had to tell myself like, okay, wait a minute, Danny, stop the press. I'm in a safe place. I had to literally find what was good because if you just, oh my God, I'm 42. I just had a whole house. I had this, I had that. I was skating through my basement. Oh, I had a whole yard. Oh my God, I had a 2-car garage. I had this, okay. It was a season. And what it taught me was to get into ownership, but it's easier said than done, but it's also easier than you think it is at the same time. But it taught me that. And it also taught me to appreciate the moment. Like, I had a house for 6 years, and I was so worried every day about losing it, like all the time, worried that's what consumed me. That I never had like a housewarming when I got it. I didn't have barbecues, like just to celebrate having a yard. I didn't just sit some days in the yard and just enjoy. Like, toward the end, like that last year, I did. So that last year, I did do things like take my fire pit and turn it on and just sit in the back and enjoy that. And, so I just didn't realize, you sometimes you don't realize what you have until it's gone. You don't miss your water until your well runs dry. And that's what I found myself doing in life. And so all of this that's going on now for me is just a case of revamping my whole thought process. Revamping, you know what I mean? That worry, where you just worried about something. No matter what you do, you borrow a new problem to worry about. And okay, we over that problem. I'm worried about this. I can't get out of one thing before I'm worried about the next, and I'm not enjoying moments. So I'm really trying to do that more, So tomorrow I am going, hey, doll, hey, baby doll. How you doing, sis? So like tomorrow I am going with my nephew, like I said, to Medieval Times, which is a place I love. I haven't been in years since my children were young. That was the last time I actually was there. But I want to go and enjoy it. I even think about, because when you start thinking about yourself, not somebody else, myself, I think about how when my kids were young and we went, how all I could think when we were there was, oh, and then when we get done, we'll go home. And because I had like my kids on a bedtime and everything else. And I used to say, well, the night belongs to you. You've done your job. You put the kids to bed and let the night belong to you. And so I spent a lot of times waiting for that moment. Like, oh, okay. So you kind of tunnel visioning through it, just up, pick them up from school, like hit them up, bake some breakfast, get them dressed, get them out the door, go to work, get them back from get off work, go pick them up from wherever they are. They aftercare, go to them, spend a little time, make some dinner. We're gonna talk, check on this homework, and then let's wrap this up. So it was almost like a to-do list. It was a to-do list. So you didn't really, some moments you missed because you were so busy in the order. If it didn't fall in that order, it wasn't part of that tunnel vision. It was like, oh wait, what did he say? I forgot, we would talk, but you just think of what you miss. And so now it's like, no, I want to be more present. Just be more present. Because like I said, everybody who's there isn't there. They're there, but they're not there. Because my main objectives when my kids was little was to make sure that before my children got out of high school, we had a house. And that we got to live in our own house. Not an apartment. Not with my mom. In our own home. So really, since I didn't get that until my oldest was 17. So since that didn't happen until then, it was like, wait a minute. I was really just chasing that. That's all I thought about. Like nothing else mattered to me but getting a place and having a place and proving to all those people who said they wouldn't. Said I wouldn't get them in high school. They wouldn't get through. That my sons wouldn't be. I was going to prove them wrong. And that's all I thought about. And so there's things that you miss. And if you could go back, like sometimes I see people with their kids and I tell them just slow down and enjoy this. Enjoy this moment. Because it gets hectic, because at first you have babies and then you're like, I can't wait till they're walking. Then I can't wait till they go to school. Then I can't wait till everybody's in full-time school because we had half a day kindergarten. You'd be like, I can't wait till everybody's in full-time school. I can't wait till they're old enough to stay home alone. And I don't have to get a babysitter. So you're always pushing I was always pushing from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. So you miss these moments, you miss these moments. And then you get to where I'm at now. And it's like, man, these are very important moments. And I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a thing. Yet wisdom comes with age and a whole bunch of shit. Because some of the wisdom I had it younger because life taught me that, oh, you better be better with this one. You better be better with this one. But it was learning to put it all together and like for the better. Like it's not just for me. This to help us all move some way better. To look at, And I was always waiting for somebody to say they understood. Just honestly, like for somebody not to say, oh, she's so bad. Oh, she had kids young. She must have been, because like I said, when you have kids young, I don't give a damn if you were the Virgin Mary and you got popped 3 times like that. You are going to be dogged out about, oh, you must just love to be on your back. You must enjoy having kids. And you're thinking, what? Nobody ever would say, like, man, the year after you had your last child, you lost your other ovary, and I've been unable, you know what I mean? I've had no ovaries, partial hysterectomy with no ovaries and no fallopian tubes since I was 19 years old, going on 20. I'm 42. They don't never would say, like, what? Oh, I'm glad you had them young, because you wouldn't have them at all if you hadn't them. Nobody would say, and I was waiting. And sometimes you're telling your story, hoping somebody's going to say, oh my goodness, and you made it. Oh, and you didn't give up. And I was always waiting for that, waiting. Like sometimes even on this YouTube, when I listen to people, you can hear in their story, they just waiting for somebody to say that was wrong. And they waiting so much that they don't even realize in the comments, in the masses, people are saying that is wrong. That wasn't right, even when it was you. So then you're like, wait a minute, how come? Nothing's worse when you're going through something and people just keep saying, it'll get better. Just keep on fighting. Keep on praying. Whatever it is they're telling you to do, keep on praying. Hold your head up. You got this. Stop looking weak. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. Be strong. Be strong. Be strong. Then somebody else, same thing that you just said is going on with you. And they, oh my goodness, guys, we gotta pull together for them. You think, wait, what made me the one who you just said could deal? And what made them the one that we all had to deal with it? So sometimes I'd be better. Like, why do they care about them? Why do they care about them? Yes, with real emotions. With real emotions. My biggest fear in life is failure. Like, that is even when I was failing. And isn't that funny? I was failing. I mean, I was doing everything for the fail. If it was a report card, I was putting F's all on it. I was doing everything to fail. And knowing that I'm built on failure is not an option. It's not an option. It's a choice, but it's not the option I want. Period. I want to succeed. I want to make it. I want to prove beyond a doubt that I was strong enough in all of this. And you just so bad to be that. So I've always thought that. But what I've realized is sometimes to win, I have to fail. And that failure is not the end. You know what I mean? So I had to see that, because when you don't, if you have failed or messed up, you won't see past that. So I had to get to that point, like, okay, you know what? Hey, pick yourself up and try again. Well, you know what? Didn't work. Guess we got to do it again. Then I had to get to what didn't work. So I had to start doing things in my life like I was a coach. I had to start watching what happened in the last game so I could do better for this game. I had to start seeing where my weaknesses were. I had to start checking me. And like I tell people, when you working on yourself for real, you don't got time to tell you what somebody else doing. You know what I mean? But I knew when I wasn't checking for myself, I'd say stuff like, I don't know why y'all worried about me. They worse. Somebody's parent might be saying, oh, daddy got them kids. I'm scared to have around my child because I don't want her to think that's okay. And I'd be thinking, but your daughter's a hoe. But where am I better? Where am I better? And see, when we still doing that, I ain't no working on you. I'm not working. I'm working on everybody else. I need to see everybody else get perfect. I used to sit and think, like, when are these snakes going to be held accountable? When is somebody going to see what they did? And so sometimes we went out and I said, we're going to take care of this ourselves. And then people still didn't see them. They only saw you. They said, man, Danny, why would you do that to them? You said, what? Do you know who they are? Do you know what they've done? It's not my responsibility. It's not. You gonna start your GoFundMe? I mean, I would pump it for you. I don't have a what you call it, anything. I don't have what is that called? On here, a community wall. I don't have any of those things to promote anything on here. But I definitely the hard part about GoFundMe's is I feel like so many people abuse it. Not even speaking to you, that it makes people like when you're saying you want to do it, you're almost nervous to do it. You know what I mean? Not me, but I'm talking about you. Like you'll be nervous, like I really needed to do this for some help. And you know what I mean? Just like for instance, when I was growing up, when I was raising my kids, I knew a lot of people, they would get like gifts on Christmas and they got housing. And I literally sometimes would avoid going to even apply because I felt like that's what people thought I needed. And though, it's not that they would have ever went without. It's just that sometimes you needed a little help. But I was cutting off my nose to spite my face just because I didn't want the rest of the people who said, you know what I mean? Even to this day, that's how I'm going to be. I could sit in front of you and have nothing. And that's not going to be the conversation I'm having with you because I don't want anyone to think that I'm less than I am. And sometimes that's how people do you when you ask. But then I literally saw one person, this was about 4 years ago, somebody on my Facebook literally jumped up and said, you know what, I did my, what is that called? Oh, man. What is that little test you take? You find out where you're from and what you have in you. What is that test called? But anyway, they said I took my test and I found out that I'm 10% booga booga, whatever. Pookity bookity. So I want to go to pookity bookity, but I just looked it up and the whole trip. And if I stay out there for 3 weeks like I want to and travel like I want to, the trip's going to cost $10,000. I thought, really? At first when I heard that, I thought, that's not bad for you to go all the way over here and stay for 3 weeks and do these trips you talking about doing. Oh, sounds good. Then I looked and they said, so I'm asking you all, of my 5,000 friends, I said, wait a minute. They said if my 5,000 friends give me $2 each, I can go. I said, wait, is that going to work? And y'all, I looked up and they had their money to go. I said, wait a minute. Maybe I should have one day. And then I said, no, I can't. Because see, what's for them ain't for me. But I know it's hard. Because like I said, even when you hit that road, you're scared. It's been times when I wanted to set up things for people like, man, this is the only way I can think about helping. But then I thought, man, but I don't want people criticizing. I don't want people to think it's a scam, bam. I don't want people to think they got to ask them for every dollar and what they did with it. Let me tell you something. Even if I see homeless people on the corner, they start getting too deep in the story. Oh, and listen, and I had lost my job, and then one day my car broke. Stop. You don't have to explain yourself to me. What is it you're asking me for first? Let's see if I can do it. Let's start there. It's like if somebody come ask me, please don't get into explanations. Please. You don't. Because I also know sometimes in that, even if the person's telling the truth, sometimes it feels belittling. It's already to some people belittling to ask for help. So I do understand that. Yeah, like I said, and baby doll, I know you're going through some things health-wise, so I know it's even harder, to deal and to make it. I mean, trust. That's the one thing, like right now, like I said, the pandemic showed me one thing. Some of the people I thought was just financially completely together. It wasn't that they weren't. You didn't have anything to prepare you for this. You weren't prepared for this. Your savings wasn't ready for this. You know what I mean? You just weren't ready for this. Sometimes you lost your job. So if that was my finance, how am I prepared? Oh, then the government gave us some assistance with unemployment, but that didn't come instantly. It's not like, when I left my job, it was probably, the last week in February. I didn't get my first unemployment check until like June. There wasn't some invisible money coming through. You just had to make it work. You had to make it work. And once upon a time, instead of asking people for help when I needed assistance, I used to just take my stuff and pawn it. And I tell people, well, nobody bought me this but me. I'll just get another one if I lose it. Or I just go get it back. I just go get it back. And to me, that was better than someone throwing in your face, because that's one of the things people do when you ask for help. They use your hurting as a reason to put you down. And you're thinking, wow, at my low, you gonna kick me? So I know it's hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent. I know. And that's what we had to understand. And we live in such a world where everybody want to take credit for everything. They want to take credit for everything, but don't even want to be there when you need them. But they going to take credit. They going to take credit. They was the only person that they ever answered your phone calls. They was the only person. They the reason that you eat. They the reason you breathe. And you say, mother, I did not know you was a Messiah. I didn't. I just thought you was a regular person just like me. Going through just like me. And you know what? Finding happiness to me, then that means you have your king. And I believe for every king, there's a queen. And every queen, there's a king. You know? And when you find that, you'll understand that the past you had is what led you all together. You know what I mean? It's your equal partner. That's who you're meant to be. So you're all gonna been through some bumps. So if I meet a guy, and I found myself saying like, oh well, I'm at a point where I don't want no man with no little kids. I don't. Because I just don't want to have to deal with, you might have a good baby mom, you might not. Y'all might have trials and tribulations. Y'all might still be in love. I don't want to go through any of that. But if my king comes that way, I'm going to lose it and never get him because I got these stipulations. I just use that as an example, you all. But I I honestly don't want to date anyone with little kids because I feel like you already have a responsibility to be in. And I'm at a place different where I want to just get up and go, where we can be there together, And for me to do that to you, I feel like I'm taking away from these children. And then once again, like I said, I'm letting you be present and not present too. Or I'm going to have to stop what I feel I'm supposed to be at in my life so that we can live your life. And I just don't really have time for that right now either. What's a hot dinner for a night? Yeah, you have to be thankful. I mean, let me tell you something. If I just have a grilled cheese and some ramen noodles for the night, I'm thankful I ate. Because somebody tonight got their stomach in their back. And they would give anything to eat anything. Yeah, and you never know. I remember we would have this drive in what is it? That's not Make-A-Wish. It's one in foundation. They come through your UNICEF, I think it was. They come through your jobs. Everybody donating. You're gonna get $10. They say they don't force you, but they kind of are forcing you to give something. But what really hit me this one year in 2005 when we were there at the big meeting and they're talking about things was that I found out inside of my job where, we're making good money or whatever, we have benefits, things of that nature. I had coworkers that were homeless. Yep. Coming to work and homeless. Coming to work and staying in a hotel. Coming to work, each story was different. But what it reminded me is the same thing you learn when you get older about children in school. That some of these kids can't wait to get to school just to make sure they got 2 meals today. And they may not even catch dinner tonight. And that same child may be being made fun of because they don't have the most name brand things that everybody else have and all the electronics you go home to. And the funny thing is they could care less. They'd rather just have 3 meals every day. So you cannot, you know what I mean? We cannot judge. I don't care how great your stuff is. Show me how great it is. Do something better for somebody else. That's how great you're showing me your life is. How great your money is. How great you know what I mean? That's how you show somebody. Hey, Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Hey, Happy. I didn't even see you come in. I told y'all when I'm trying to look on here. It always changes my ass. But yeah, we just have to be better. We just have to be better to and for each other. Like, that's it. And hey, here's the thing: if you don't want to be better to strangers, start by being better to you. Then work around being better to the people around you that you've been bad to for whatever your reasons were. And if you think that, hey, I'm cut from a different cloth, I'm so unique, then you should never be sitting around saying, why aren't they like me? I would have done it like this. Because if you so unique, is there another you? There's not. There's not. So stop trying to make people be you and think they're going to respond like you, react like you, think like you, do what you do. They're not. They're not. They're not. We all different. We all cut different. We all, you know what I mean? We all have a different thing to bring here, a different thing to bring to the table of life. And I think the more we work on that, the better off we're going to be. Maria's in here. Hey, Maria. And why'd I just roll my eye to say, hey, Maria? That's like my mother used to walk in. Let me get a guy. I'm like, why did she not say how to say a gyro? Say gyro. Say gyro. But she go deep into it. She rolling her all the way down the street. So I just got dramatic with your name on that one. Hey there. But yeah, and that's why I tell people, because I used to say it like, man, I would have never left you out there like that. I would have did this. I would have did that. Well, that was what I would have did. That's me. That don't mean that's what you're going to do. And even some people will do what they think everybody expected them to do, but they don't do it from a good place in their heart. So now they throwing it out to everybody. Man, I just gave this homeless man $20 today. And I only had 40 in cash, and I gave him 20. Did we do it for him, or did we do it so we could all stand on a chair and cheer? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, what? What did you do it for? But yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'll never forget sitting in this well, I've sat in Spanish classes before, but I wasn't paying no attention. But when I was at Westwood, I was in the Spanish class. They had actually offered this learning Spanish. It was after the classes, so you could go, after school and learn or whatever. So I said, I'm going to learn me some Spanish. I live in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. I need to know some Spanish. I told you my brother, he got the 5 words of Spanish. He got to walk all up and down the street and say them to make sure they know he know a little bit of Spanish. But when they were like, well, who can roll their R's? Wait. I was like, oh, I got it. I'm going to be bilingual. I got it. I'm not bilingual, y'all. I'm not. And, I'm team too much. My mom always says I'm the captain of the team too much, so I'm the captain of the squad. So I was like, I'm going to learn Spanish. I'm going to go into my stores, and they're going to teach me Arabic. I'm going to go over here, and she's going to teach me a little German. First, do one at a time. Do one at a time. And why don't we start one word at a time? I'll be like, teach me a whole sentence. I want to know what you're saying and what I'm going to say back so that I can have this conversation. Ooh, a chicken pasta salad. That sounds good. I have 20 histories. What? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I always tell people when they say, oh, I can't cook or I can't do this. My sister always said she can cook. Here's the thing. When you cook for people, if you got love in your heart, you just want to see them happy or enjoying it, it's something different in the food. It's a different flavor. Like, it was cooked with love. It was cooked with this. You go to a restaurant and the cook in the back cares about that everybody was pleased and that your burger was just as good as mine. And there's a difference. There's a difference in it. So that adds something to the fire cooking. But when you're cooking, people, people seem to like that a lot. Every time I drop a short, I'll be thinking, oh, this short is so hilarious, or this is so funny, or oh, what a beautiful sky, or look at how the sun was setting on that mountain. And it'll get 2 views. You're like, wait, what? What? That was so beautiful. And I'll be like, man, just eat some chicken nachos. And it'd be like 1,000 views. I'm like, what? we all foodies. I love food. And we use food as comfort, food and pain. I love food. Yeah, I love chicken. I love chicken salad, chicken pastas. Salmon is my favorite though. I could eat salmon every single day. Every single day. If it wasn't so darn expensive. Because one of the reasons that some of us eat bad is because bad food is cheaper. And I'm not talking fast food. I'm talking about like, okay, I got $50 and I need this to make it to the end of the week. I'm not going in and buying salmon and crab legs because I'm gonna eat one day. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in there. Let me get some noodles, get some macaroni and cheese. Hold on, get a box of popcorn. Get a bag of potatoes. It'll go a lot of different ways. We definitely gonna get that. Get some chicken quarters. We can break those down. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm gonna make it. And not saying those are all bad foods, but some of the ways we're gonna prepare it and what we're gonna eat with all that processed food, all that canned food is bad. You baked with love and that didn't. You just put a crab in my stomach, Maria. I'm telling you, that's one of the starting points. I'm telling you. And remember what I said. Hey, when you can't cook, make everything slow. Look, I can cook. And like right now, I done put a cup of water into this thing. I done put this pork roast in here. And I actually added some gravy because I don't know. Like I said, because most of it I'm going to give to my dog. Yeah, let that thing, I got it on low. I'm going to let that thing cook till tomorrow. I'm going to turn that off probably about 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. That meat will be everywhere. And it'll be so tender. Now, if I was eating it, I probably would put some honey in there because of this pork. I might have dropped some pineapples up in there with it. Oh, pasta tonight for you. See, people get talking about certain foods like I want that. Ooh, you go salmon fishing? Oh, Colleen, I must come hang with you. You know, I always wanted to go fishing, and my granddad used to tell me, he'd say, "Oh, I'm gonna take you to the baseball game," and that was Comiskey Park when I was a kid, the old Comiskey too. And before it was the new Comiskey, and now it's, I don't know, U.S. Cellular Field. I don't know. Just like the Willis Building, we still call it the Sears Tower around here. But he'd say, "I'm gonna take you fishing, and I'm gonna take you to a baseball game." Well, I've been to plenty of baseball games. My mom ended up taking us a year after my granddad died. She took us to our first baseball game, and I became a true baseball fan then. And I've never been fishing though. I've never been fishing at all. And then I always think like if I go fishing, what I need someone to do is go ahead and put that worm or that bait on the line for me. You do that, and then we're good. You know, when I was a kid, I could play with the worms or whatever. All that. It's the texture of anything like that. I don't want it in my hands. I don't want it to touch my hands. I already had did the vinegar on it because, like I said, otherwise it's gonna be way too salty. But like I said, I really am breaking it down. It's something to give to my dog. But like I feed Nino and Diamond when she was alive, and Cleo, when I had her still, I'll feed the dog salmon. I definitely get him salmon. So whenever I buy salmon, I always get a couple of extra cuts and I break that down in their food. And salmon skin. Like I don't like the skin on salmon. I know a lot of people love it. My sister loves to say that if she burns her salmon skin a little bit, it reminds her of eating bacon. And I never get that. Like, But I don't eat the skin on salmon. But I heard that's where everything is at, is in the skin. Yeah, see. Now, see, I'm not even going to lie to you. And it's funny because I got two baseball teams. We have the Cubs and the White Sox. And like I said, I got love for the Cubs because they from my city. So they going to get respect for that. But I am a White Sox fan. But I used to think, oh, New York got it. Boy, they got the Mets. They got the Yankees. God. Wait, y'all got three teams, don't you? Wait, the Mets. Oh, the Mets, the Yankees. Why I'm trying to put another team. I don't, sometimes I guess because it's that East Coast, I always put Boston with you all for some reason, Red Sox. And it's like, no, that's Boston. Okay. And the Boston and that Green Monster. Oh, that's one of my favorite baseball stadiums, like of all of them. Is the Green Monster. That's like one of my favorites. Oh man. How I love it. Mm. Ooh, and throwing it on a grill. That sounds good, Purple Rain. That sounds good. Mm-hmm. See, now I'm gonna be looking for y'all for some food. Say, come over and get a good meal, get some loving. Just y'all talking about these meals is making me feel love in my heart. And Maria, look, I can't bake. I'm not a baker at all. I can't. I mean, I can make like cupcakes. I can make cupcakes, and then wait, you think you can make cupcakes, and here come these professional cupcake makers. And you say, what did they put in here to make it just so? And then one day, my a friend of mine was like, "Well, I put pudding in mine, so when I'm mixing it up, I throw some pudding in mine." I tried it. I guess it wasn't for me because it still didn't come out that way. It's a girl out here works with my sister. She makes these red velvet cupcakes, and then she has these mini ones in case you want to go into gluttony. Oh my goodness! Every time I eat one, I want to call her and just thank God for her and her mama. I promise I do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, Chronic Spaces, I didn't even see you. I just see Susan speaking, so am I. So am I. Wait a minute. I didn't see you, Bridget. Hey, Bridget. I don't want to be ignoring nobody. But yeah, I'm not a baker at all. Don't call me for the bacon, because most likely I done went and bought it from somewhere and just took it out and put it into, some of the good old cake pans and stuff we got up in here, because bacon ain't my thing. I just learned like making peach cobbler a couple of years ago, and the problem is I always want to taste like my grandma's peach cobbler, and it doesn't. So I'm always like, it wasn't that great. It was, and it's good because I'm eating it, but it never has the her in it. It just And I have literally you're on my phone, so taggy, so. See, look at it. With the Mexican rum vanilla. That sounds like that would be good in some desserts. Yeah, like I said, so some things they're not mine. I'm just starting to learn how to grill, but then like if my brother come around and he go on the grill, then you make you feel like you can't grill, you know. And I try to keep it simple. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. When I'm making big pieces of chicken on the grill, I cook them halfway in the oven. I have slow cooked them, the ribs, in the oven. And then we put them on the grill. Because like I said, I'm not a grill master. I'm not a grill professional. I'm one of those people I'm one of those women who, when there wasn't somebody to do it, you just had to learn how to do it. You just had to. So at first I tell my kids, like, only thing we're going to eat on the grill is hot dogs. Or go get frozen hamburger patties. Like, we're going to do hamburgers and hot dogs. They're my favorite. Then one day they're like, why you don't never make no chicken? Say this little ass. So now you're like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the damn little chicken breasts, because those would be easy. I could do those. Then one day I try to get all fancy, go get some chicken breasts, some chicken quarters. I'm trying to put all this chicken on the grill. I said, wait a minute. It looked good. Or you dry it out. So now I done overcooked it because I didn't want to undercook it. Hey, Dana. Yeah, so like I said, cooking. Yishka. And then you have some people who, like I said, my buddy, she can cook, she can bake, she can make candy, she can do all these things. But she'll tell you, oh, when I was like 6, my grandma, we'd go in there and we'd make a cheesecake from scratch, and we'd go and do this and we go and do that. My grandma be like, get out this kitchen, girl. Or she'd tell you about it. Oh, now you see what I'm doing, and you see this, and you see. And I was daydreaming. Like, can I go outside? Can I go outside? I really don't want to know this. I really don't care. I really don't. Then I started getting older and was like, hold on, wait, because I'm such a finicky eater. I just want to make what I want to make. So at first, my idea of cooking was like, I can make some mean tacos. They'd be like, what kind? Look, some mean tacos. Just ground beef. I don't do nothing else. Steak too chewy. Now I eat every kind of taco. Turkey tacos, chicken tacos, steak tacos, fish tacos. I do tacos all the time. And most people use like whitening fish or what's that? Sawi fish. I use salmon. I make my tacos with salmon. No, that's right. And that's how I got to a point. Like, I like the way certain things taste this way. So I need to know how to make them myself. And so it just became that, cooking. And getting tired of people being like, and Danny can do all this stuff and she can't cook nothing. She won't cook nothing. All she'll do is make some chicken tenders and some tater tots. Because those are some of my comfort foods. Corn dogs, chicken tenders, tater tots. These are comfort foods for me. Grilled cheese. What up, Silence? What up, fam? But yeah, so cooking, everybody can cook. And then I know some men that can throw. I mean, they aren't even chefs or nothing. They can throw down. I love a man that can cook. I'm not even lying to you. I love a man that can cook. I come in there and help chop up for him. Like, hey, what you need? These onions? You need this cut up? Because I just a man cooking. I just love it. So that is one thing. Like, it's so funny because when I was teaching somebody, like my daughter was kind of like me when I was like, I don't care. I got something else to do. Miley Cyrus is on, but my son, my youngest son, would definitely be in there like, Mommy, I want to be able to cook for myself. And one day I'm going to cook for my wife. And I think, oh, he's such a sweetheart. Now I say to him, and because you can cook, I know you've cooked with him. I don't cook for her. I said, wait a minute. You used to tell me. You used to tell me how you was going to cook for your wife. Gravy and lies. Say, why don't you have some of this good old gravy? I'll tell you a bunch of fibs real quick. Oh, I love salmon. I do. And for a long time, I didn't. And like I said, even before, at one point when I started liking it, I couldn't even eat it if the skin was on. I'm like, you can take the skin off or you can eat it to the skin. Like, this skin really shouldn't be bothering you like that. But now I'm super. But I told you all, I just started eating shrimp. Maybe 2019. I would eat popcorn shrimp with cocktail sauce. But if a shrimp was big, I was like, oh, no. It reminds me that it was real. A real animal. And then like peeling shrimp, where I still see all these little legs. Oh, no. And I can't do heads on. I told y'all that. But yeah, I just got into that. I started eating crabs probably about maybe about 8 years ago. But the thing was, I would only do it like twice a year because me and my mom and my sister used to go to IKEA. And right outside the IKEA we went to, we would have a girls' day with each other. And we would do it twice a year where we would go to IKEA for our girls' day. Now, we had a girls' day once a month, but we would go to IKEA for our girls' day. And there was a Joe's Crab Shack right outside of it. And so my mom and my sister were always going to order like calamari. And they were always going to order crab legs. And so I'd be like, okay, I'd eat them. But I was so against touching the texture of the outside of them that my mother would literally, like I'm a kid, sit and break them, pull the meat out, and then I'd eat it. And I'm like, oh, the meat is actually good. I don't want to touch it, though. I don't want. Then one day my mother said, okay, look, take the training wheels off, Like, we're not going to keep sitting here. Either you don't want to touch it, don't want to eat it, or, you know what I mean? Or you can order it and get it where it's already out of this, you can order crab. You can even go into Jewel's or, a fish market and you can buy the crab meat outside. But I'm always like, that take away from the fun. And she said, how's it fun if you won't touch it? So now I love crab. I tear up some crab. I constantly we do a seafood boil. Well, usually I do one like once a month, like just lobster tails, crab, good shrimp. It's gotten so to the point I looked up, and the last 2 times I made one, I didn't so much as make a potato. Like, wait, because the potatoes filling me up too much. I need to get a full on this. Like, we're not putting no potatoes in there. I just want corn, sausage, shrimp, crab legs, and boiled eggs. You give me those in there, and I'm good. I'm good. Everything else is just a perk. And like lobster tails are okay. I mean, people always say it just tastes like a big shrimp to me. It's just, I don't know. It's not as great as I guess I thought it would be. I thought it would be so great. It was okay. It's not bad. It does remind me more of shrimp. Ooh. Oh, oof. Yeah, those we were just talking about those seafood allergies and those peanut butter allergies. Oh, my nephew is allergic. EpiPen. He's an EpiPen. He's allergic to shellfish and peanut butter. Yep. But I told you, working in a daycare, you'll be surprised. We've had parents come in and the kids can't drink. Well, we know a lot of people who are lactose intolerant. That's one thing. But I mean, you'll be surprised. Like, wait, what? And then they'll name you something, and you'll realize, like, every time I look at the ingredients, that's there. They say, oh, they can't eat wheat. Wheat is just about everything you have. You're like, wait, okay, we can't do that. So I learned way more, and it makes you ask more people. Like, you don't have no allergies, do you? Okay, you can eat it. And then I know some people will be like, oh, I'm allergic to shrimp, but I could just take a Benadryl. And I always tell them, get away from me, because see, you'll fool somebody. You'll have somebody believing that everybody could do this. Just grab them a Benadryl, but it's not that simple. It's not that simple. That's why I told you I don't even eat peanuts in public, because I'm too afraid I'm gonna touch something and somebody's gonna come right behind me or in a few minutes behind me with an allergy. Now, my brother was telling me that he had a lobster that had the eggs in it and how good. I said, that sounds disgusting. That's why me and not sushi, because I love sushi. I can only eat a few pieces at a time because then I'm just over it. But I love sushi. I think I like that hot meal that they put on it more than anything. But what is the other one called? Caviar. Never gonna catch me eating it. I don't care how good it is. I don't care. My buddy always says, "Oh, you gotta get the right one. They got this jar of caviar, and it's like $500." First of all, when you tell me something this big and it's $500, I mean, I better just open the can and just feel the best feelings in my. You know what I'm saying? I better get off this opening the can of this thing, to tell you the truth. But he says, "Oh, and if you put it on the right little cracker, oh, just a little. You don't need to put a lot because you don't want to overtaste it." Okay, baby, no. And then it don't have a long life on it from the moment we open it. Oh, no. Oh yeah, gout is no joke too. Gout is no joke. I used to think gout was just like, oh, it's a flare up, like it was a stomach ache or something. But I've seen gout go to the worst, where people so swollen they can't walk. Wow, in your 40s? Wow. You never know. You never know. I always tell people, and it's always people tell me I'm not, and then there's people say, oh, it's just seeds then. I tell people I'm allergic to kiwi. I used to love kiwi, but like if I eat kiwi, like, cut me some kiwi, eat into it, it'll make my whole lips blister on the outside. Just like the lining around my lips is going to swell up. And I love to say it's going to make me look like Jimmy Walker, but that might be nice. No, it's not. It's going to make me look like a horror flick. All right, we're going to start talking about this food. I got off here the other day, and I was like, man, I want to eat everything we was talking about. We got such a politically correct world. Let me tell you, I've been walking around telling people that there is a 500-pound woman who lives inside of me, and she's not afraid to eat. But these days, if you say somebody get offended, but honey, I trust me, I'm not offended. I love you where you are, baby. I promise you that. Like I said, Jimmy Walker would be flattered. I mean, oh man. Oh man. So me and Kiwi do not hang out with each other no more. Like, and then Kiwi's very sweet. And some things you're like, okay, because we got to cut this with something. It's just way too sweet. But then again, pineapple is very sweet. But I love fresh pineapple. I love fresh pineapple so much. That's like one of my favorites when it comes to the fruits. Fresh pineapples. Something about them. Yeah, like I said, gout is no joke though. And it seems like I know more and more people with it than before. And it comes from like some things you eat. I know that because the people I know who have it, it's that terrible eating. You know, all that grease, all that terrible eating. But one of the reasons I had so many gallstones when I had my gallbladder removed was terrible eating. You know. It's funny. I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street, I think part 2 or 3. But they were in the classroom and the teacher was talking about the gallbladder. I said, it's funny. They teacher telling me more about the gallbladder than I knew about it before they took mine out. I didn't have a clue. And you know, doctors, when they go take something, they always make it sound sweet. Oh, you know what? But here's the thing, Miss Robinson. You'll be in less pain when this is over than you were with it. So I'm thinking, that sounds good to me. That sounds real. They forgot to mention how important it was to your digestive system. Just like when I was getting ready to get my last ovary checked out, because I had my first one removed when I was 15 years old. So when they take it out my second, when they come in, they prepping me for surgery. Now they telling me how it's so important. I'm going into surgery same day. You know, I didn't even come for a surgery. They said, no, you're going up in here today. We're doing this today. This cyst is way too big. And so they giving me all this, good talk. Oh, we're going to go in there and let me tell you something, Miss Robinson. You got one ovary and you're going to come out. We're doing everything to make sure you come out with that same ovary. We might have to reconstruct it. We might have to do this. But that's the only thing we're fighting for. So then the lady come in and give you a little questionnaire and stuff. And so the doctor's still standing there while she questioning. Because they, like I said, we're going into the same day surgery, so you got everything going on fast. They done already had you sign the paperwork. They getting ready to send in for your first doses of medication that they're going to inject, for pain to start getting you down because you're going to go to sleep for this surgery. That lady said, have you ever been pregnant? I said, yeah, 3 times. She said, do you have any children from those pregnancies? I said, yeah, 3. She said, oh. Hey, that doctor looked over. His whole face changed. And all that hope jumped right out the window because he was like, well, Miss Robinson, we got to go in there. And you know what? If you're a prayer, you need to pray. You know what I mean? Because you never know. Because sometimes we can open it up and it can be worse than it looks. And it's already looking bad. It's really, I said, wait a minute. What happened to that? I have a dream speech he was just giving me. They switch up on you real quick. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to do some pulled pork with it. But I can't even lie, y'all. The best I haven't made a pulled pork sandwich in so long because the last time I went to Texas, I had it's 2 things they have. One was they pulled pork was the best thing I ever had in my life. And what is it? Oh, what is that other thing called? Brisket or what is that other thing called? It's real famous out there. Oh my god. I should have known because this place in Houston wasn't open. You know what I mean? It was open like 5 hours a day, 3 days a week. And I'm like, oh, you got to have some good stuff. And the line always hanging out the door. And yeah, I said, this got to have some good stuff. That's the first time I had fried pickles too. But man, it was so good that you know how you had something good. You're like, oh, I'll make that at home. I got to make that. All I need is a barbecue sauce. It didn't taste nothing like this. I said, no, I don't want nothing till I had this. Hey, Sly. But yeah, so Oh, just talking about food, food, food. Food makes me happy though. Food makes me happy though. I've never been one of those women how they used to say, "Oh, she go on a date and just be like, give me a salad and some water." That's not me. That's not me. Even if I want a salad, that must be the appetizer. Because already I'm gonna name you someplace I want to eat at, not someplace I want to watch you eat at. But I know as a woman, you be like, "Oh, I don't want to seem like a pig. Oh, I don't want to seem like this. Oh, I don't want to seem like that. I just want to seem like me. I don't want it to be no surprise. I don't want him to think, oh, she doesn't eat that stuff. She only eats salads. And everybody else be like, this girl will eat a gyro with fries in there. And he like, I never seen her eat like that. I've been with her 2 years. I never seen her eat. Say, Booney, because I was trying to be nice. Not me. Mm-hmm. So if your flaw be how, I'm not going to be sitting there eating with my mouth hanging off and talking to you with food hanging out my mouth. But other than that, I'm going to eat. I have table manners. But I'm going to eat. I can't be that woman. I know that's right. It better make us right. If I be me, it better make us happy. Come on. But people know a good me. Hold on, y'all. But we talking about food. I know. Okay, Baba. Let's get down. Okay, that's such a good boy. He's so long. Let me let him out, y'all. Now, Baba, you been away. I was getting ready to be finished. Back door. The people behind us, like 2 doors down, have like 3 dogs. And I think Nino thinks that if they come out and bark, he is entitled to come outside and have a bark party with them. He's always like, oh, I got to get out there. They outside, I got to be outside. Like a little kid. Kind of like how you were when you was a little kid. As soon as you heard a friend laugh and a bike rolling down the block, I got to get outside. They need me. They ain't even ring your doorbell yet and they need me. That's how he is. A bagel? Yeah. I love bagels like slightly toasted because I kind of want them kind of soft. I don't like hard bread. So like if the bagel's too hard, oh no. If it's toasted too much, I just don't. I love soft bread. Say including the cat. Hey, Grandma Six. You know what? These days, cats are like almost like dogs. I mean, I know people's cats go outside, and then I'm always the paranoid. Where the cat go? Oh, they're not gonna leave the yard. We'll bring them back in. Don't have them outside. But trust me, they're gonna stay right. I just didn't, the only cat I had that was outside was the alley cat I called by. Yeah, medium toasted. Like even when I make a pizza, I like the edge of it hard, but like in the mid, not soggy or half done, but it just has to be a little soft. Even my like some people like their pizza puff completely crispy. I don't. I like the middle soft, and the edge is hard. Yeah, even when I toast I don't make toast in a toaster or anything like that anymore. I make it right on the skillet because I can make it just the way I like it. Just the way I like it. But once again, I like all these things that acquire and need butter, and you have to be careful because that butter is just as bad for it. And I love. Don't give me some Irish, but I love butter. I love butter. I love cheese. I love noodles. You name those things that really aren't that great for you. I love them. I love them. I love pasta. I love pasta so much. Okay. Yeah, as soon as it starts getting like this and hit the 70s and 80s, all I think about is the grill being on. Now everything I want must be grilled. And last year, somebody was telling me about, oh man, I made a home run in pizza on the grill. I said, how they make a pizza on the grill? Now I'm curious. I'm like, I gotta make one. I must know what the pizza on the grill tastes like. But literally, once I had this, now first, some people might still say this is nasty. So I had that cauliflower pizza, where the crust is cauliflower. It's actually good. I don't like cauliflower. I love broccoli. But that pizza was delicious. That pizza was delicious. So I always tell people, just like I had to, don't go get a whole pizza and not know what it's going to taste like with cauliflower. Just try it, though. Try it. It's good. I couldn't tell you about the brand sold in the store because when I got it, I actually went, and when we got pizza, that was one of the slices they had, and somebody I was with was getting it, and they got their slice first, and I tasted, I said, oh, that's not bad, because some things are good to me, but it's not something I want to just keep eating. So it's like, oh, that was good, but I don't want a whole slice of pizza like that. That thing was good. That's a good one. Cauliflower crust is real good. But ever since I like to really, when I make pizzas, I really like to get some flatbread and make like a chicken barbecue pizza or something, or any pizza, because it's something with ever since all my surgeries in my stomach and how my digestive system works, something in that tomato sauce and that marinara, instant heartburn, like swallow heartburn. And it's terrible because these are things I like. These are things I really like. So I've been more into like Parmesan sauces and those type of things. Any of the white sauces, but something with anything with that tomato base, instant acid reflux. I mean, from the moment I swallow it. The dirty mind of mine, every time I say I swallowed, I just sit here and laugh. Never. I remember on The Real Housewives when Candy was talking with the girls. That's when Phaedra was pregnant with her first child. And they were saying, if you don't swallow, then you don't complete the act. I said, girl, now you're going too deep now. Oh, yeah, grilled veggies. I love shish kebabs. They don't have to have meat on them. I just love them vegetables on there. The grilled onions. Green pepper. We might have to turn the grill on Sunday. But yeah, and I didn't like meatloaf when I was young, but I like it now. I don't know why I didn't like meatloaf when I was young. I one of the reasons was because sometimes you'd eat people's meatloaf and it had so much flavor on the outside, and the inside was just a ball of meat. Like like when I was a kid, my mom would make ground beef for tacos or something, and I just think, I just want to eat the meat. I just want to eat the ground beef by itself. And so I used to have some meatloaf, and you'd be like, did they put anything on here? Like, did they really flavor this up and mix this meat all around? Because it's so bland in the middle. It's so bland. And then I remember now, I've tried to make chicken chili, and I can't seem to get I love chili. I just can't seem to see, once again, it goes that sauce is going to tear me up. I can't seem to get it, but Macy's used to have this like chili, like chicken chili cheese. You could dip it in chips. Oh, I still been trying to figure out how to make that. Macy's, I need you to bring that back. Yeah, I love meatloaf now. I love meatloaf. And sometimes I still make it. I call it like making it like Roseanne. Remember Roseanne go to make the meatloaf and she make it with Doritos instead of crackers. I do crackers, toast. When you crushing out something and put it in the meat, crackers, toast, Doritos. I do all three. But one of the things I also do is whatever your sauce you're gonna put on the outside, some of that's inside of the meat. So so this can go all the way through. Yeah, I love meatloaf. I do. Like I said, I used to have very finicky taste buds, and I wouldn't let my food touch. And Ugh. Yeah. 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 But the funny thing is, when I was young, I was able to drink milk with any meal. If you put milk on this table while I'm eating my food, I'm able to throw it back at you or put it back in the cow you got it out of. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oatmeal will never get old with me. Now, cream of wheat, you can keep it. Throw that out. Oh, that's smarter, mini me. Because see, like right now, it's just me and my sister here. So sometimes I'm so used to cooking in a house for a bunch of people. So it'd always be my three kids, whatever one of the friends that came by, stayed by, just about live in your house. My boyfriend, my brother. So it was a bunch of us. Then, like I said, at one point I had my buddy and her friends. She did most of the cooking when she was there though. But you used to cooking for a bunch of people. So at first, when I first got here, it was getting used to not making such big meals, because now it's like, okay, we're going to be eating off of this for a couple of days because it's just me and you. And now whatever we make is always for the day and the next day. We always do it like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I just made some black beans in the crock pot, slow cooked them for about 12 hours in black beans. And then when they got done, we had nachos that we made nachos the same day they were done. And at first I was eating with that, but then the next day I was just like, I just want these black beans, some jalapeno peppers, and some sour cream with some cheese on top, and these chips. Man, it was fire. Oh my goodness. I love beans though. Black eye, black eyed peas is one of my favorites. Black eyed peas I love. I love black beans. I love pinto beans. I love northern beans. I love a few of them. Lima beans. And I just started liking lima beans. Really, I did. I'm telling you, because once you put yourself on the mindset of like I said about my grandma's peach cobbler, like she is the peach cobbler queen of my life, my whole life, and she's been gone. But to me, every peach cobbler I've ever loved reminded me of hers. You know what I mean? And so even when I make it and it's good, or somebody else could say it's good, I'm always thinking like it's not because it don't taste like grandma's. Just so I have to come away from that, like, okay, is it good? Because I don't think I'm ever gonna have grandma's. Cause my grandma from that real old school, the type that'll be like, you just put a pinch of this in it, but they done grabbed a whole handful. You're like, hey, that ain't a pinch. But they knew just they knew just how to do it. But you could follow the real recipe they was giving you because they had it mastered. They didn't even need measuring cups, even though they were using. But you know what I'm saying? That's the type of old school she came from. She knew just what it needed, how much it needed by the look. And then she say something like, that don't look like it tastes right. And she says, I knew I should have added some more. And then she gonna add. I said, wait a minute. I'm from the Chef Ramsay cooking, where it's like, hold on, keep tasting. Tasting, remember, don't oversalt because you can't get rid of it. I'm not a big white salt fan anyway. But yeah, guys, I cannot believe, you know what, when you get up this early, I keep thinking, oh, it's probably about 6, 7. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's like 4. This day is going so slow. I'm definitely gonna try that Chit taco soup though. That sounds good. And I know when we do like the overnight fajitas, we'll just put the couple of chicken breasts in there, and then the fajita seasoning or whatever. So it's in there and let it slow cook overnight, and then it starts shredding itself. So when you come in there, you just shred it on up. Then add your green pepper, whatever you add, and you add all that to it. Let that cook a little bit, and you're done. That's the one thing about the crock pot I love is whenever I'm working, the crock pot becomes our dinner friend. Like, I've made whole hams in a crock pot. But anytime making something like that, trust me, it's what we're not eating that today. We're eating that tomorrow. So we know it. Not only is it done, it is perfected. So that I love the slow cooker for that, especially in the winter. Just about everything you make is in there. I'm gonna ground up my thing, and I'm make my chili in there, keep it on low, keep it on warm, so the kids come home and dinner done. I'm definitely about that because whenever I work, I'm always about either making dinner before I go or the night before for the next day. Because you'll come home from work and it's like people don't realize you just got off. They'll call you on your way home. So what was you gonna make when you came home? You think I ain't even got in the door. You don't know if I'm tired, exhausted. It's just I'm cooking. Then sometimes you come home and I'm not cooking nothing. Then 10 o'clock hits, you're like, why am I starving? Say, because you ain't coming here and make nothing to eat. That's why you're starving. Shoot, but I tell you one thing, kids don't really miss you cooking like you did till you gone. Then they always talking about, Mommy, remember you used to make that, remember when you would make them sliders for us? Them chicken fajita sliders with the Hawaiian bread. Remember that? Like you forgot. Mommy, remember when you make us beefs? Remember that? Because when I started mommying on a budget, I said, wait a minute, now we're not going to go out for no fast food every Friday and Saturday. Because at first you say, oh, well, it's Friday. We're going to eat something because that way I don't have to cook. We could just relax. Then you look up on Saturday, yeah, running errands and we eating fast food again. So wait a minute, this is a bunch of money we're spending here. Like I told you, just take your family to the movies these days. You need to get a second job. I need to get a GoFundMe. Just take the kids to the movies. Hey, Tina. But yeah, y'all. Oh, man. I have enjoyed sitting here running our mouth about food. Anybody who knows me knows if I eat something, yeah, it's making me hungry. If I eat something I love it, I'm thinking, heaven must be like this. It must be like this. Because as soon as I taste something that's good, that's all I'm thinking is, whoo, honey, Lord, you have just sung to my soul. And when I was young, they'd always say, the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And I think, that can't be true. Because it's the way to my it's the way to my heart. I used to go to this church and they would have it was at a home. And they were, this is during the pandemic. And I would go by and it was just out of respect for a different thing than how it is in the church for me. And so I would go. And then afterwards, they would always break bread with you, you know what I mean? Have some food. And I just think, they are winning me over. They are winning me over. Like, ooh, breaking bread, laughing and enjoying each other. That'll get me back in the door every Sunday. I'm there. I'm waking up in the morning like, I got to go, y'all, because it is Sunday. Catch this word, eat this bird when we done. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, always hungry. If I'm not eating, I'm snacking. And when you sit around too much, sometimes that snacking catch you. Say, I done put on a freshman 15. I ain't been a freshman in a million years. Oh, salmon patties. I just told them the other day, I used to make the salmon croquettes with the canned salmon and loved it most of my life. You know what I mean? That was my version of eating salmon as a little kid. Hunty, I made it with some fresh salmon. Ooh. Ooh. The tomato sauce, taco seasoning, 3 cans of beef, whatever kind you like. Oh, that sounds good. You talking about that taco soup? Yeah, look, I was just saying I think I want to grill on Sunday. Now I'm like, I think we want taco soup. That sounds good. Man, always. And when I was a kid, though, the dinner after church was was like if you were in the choir You were part of the usher board at my grandma's church. Yeah, they got the food. So of course we get some, because she part of the usher board and stuff. But the rest of them was selling plates. Like, you're like, oh, that catfish smell good. And then always somebody, good old grandma back there, putting a foot in it, honey. She's singing and putting her foot in it. And then somebody done made the best spaghetti you ever had in your life. And it's funny because I'm telling you how it was the best spaghetti. And my grandma come from a place in the South so far. She tell my brothers, don't you eat that spaghetti. Don't you just go eat anybody's spaghetti now. If you know what that means, you know. But yes, it was Sunday dinners, boy. Man. Made you appreciate it. Say, wait, they selling catfish plates? The church selling them? I'm on my way. See, even when I was a heathen, you come by and say, wait a minute, look like they having a harvest. Somebody's making catfish plates. Because I don't care, you, especially in the black neighborhood. Boy, if the church got a meal, it's a catfish plate back there somewhere. Say, ain't nobody allergic? Because they always having a fish fry. Danny down. Danny is down. But yeah, sometimes just breaking bread is just good. I remember me and my buddies just get together and be like, all right, it wasn't even no Taco Tuesdays. When nobody saying that. Just like, all right, this week we're going to get tacos. What's next time we get together, what we going to eat? And we just eat and laugh and joke and cry, whatever it was you was going to do, But you just enjoyed yourself. Oh, yeah, the potluck Sunday. Oh, that's when everybody brings something. Mm-hmm. And it's always somebody with a dish nobody want to eat. Always. And then there's always that person who's like, I'm just going to stop and buy some. All you been hearing is that sister such and such going to make the chicken. She going to make her famous fried chicken. She the day upset. So I couldn't. I just stopped on and the J&J going to deliver it. She done had to leave church in the middle to go get it. Because she done ordered 400 wings. I know that's right, better than frying them in your house. The receipt from Pinterest. Wait, I missed the beginning. Oh, corn too with them beans. Yeah, I definitely gotta get on this taco soup. Definitely. Look, definitely gonna have to be a part of my March. Say March ain't gonna be able to kick up out the door until I eat this. Y'all think I'm playing, and all these things I keep talking to y'all about, and I end up eating. It'll be a picture, a post, or something. It'll be just happy as a pig in slop. Oh, hey, I'm bringing out the best memories and say, look, these are our happy places. I just took y'all to my happy place, and hey, food is universal, so we got to some happy places with it. That's what I tell you. I'm more like y'all than we different. No matter where we come from, what our backgrounds are, whatever, we more alike than we different. And that's what the world should know about each other. But y'all, I have truly enjoyed you all. I said, look, I'm going to talk until my battery about to die, and I'm going to plug. That means I've been on over an hour and my battery. And that's so funny how this laptop will do me. Like, why are you going down so low, so quick? I just talk to your makeup about that. Look, I'm not talking to your makeup about that. But nah, guys, I have really enjoyed this. Oh, thank you. That means Good Friday. Oh, time for them. You see, I just set mine out, but it's still nice. The sun is still out. So I said I was just gonna go out on the back porch. Go see sunset. I said I was gonna go out and hang out with him in the back. I was thinking about going out, but it's like two different people doing work, and he is a barcarelli. And because he's a big dog, they bark now. Everybody is running in the house. So I said, with that many people doing work and all that out there, we'll have to either wait till they're done or, for right now, we're just going to kick it in the bag. Yes, please, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow, I might go live for a second when we're going into medieval times, but I know I'm definitely gonna do a video because we really got my sister really got some nice surprises for my nephew when we get there. So I really definitely will be making a video about tomorrow. That'll be an upload. But so if I go, I might go live before in the morning. I definitely want to put out one of my mommy diary videos because I cannot believe I have a 25-year-old child. I can't. Sometimes he's 12 in the mind, but I cannot believe I have a 25-year-old child. So I definitely want to have a mommy upload, a letter to my mommy, to me, the mommy, to myself, on this here journey of mommy, because that's a whole nother journey, That's a whole nother journey. I don't care if you play mama to your neighbor's kid who you got and you raised them. That's a seed. And the truth of the matter is all the patience we swear we don't have, all that, you got it. You got it. So I want to definitely do that tomorrow. So I definitely will drop some things tomorrow. And it's so early today. Who knows what later on to bring. And since it's just me and Nino all day, it's easier. Because like I said, when we have company or people are talking or just when I want to hang out with my sister or just chill or something, I try to enjoy that moment and just do that and not try to. Now, I can't even lie. I'm going to have the earbuds in. So I will be listening to a live sometimes. But I can't be like this, like the kids do. So the whole time I'm chilling with my family, I can't do. So I at least listen. They don't even know you listening to something. They think I'm fully in the conversation. I'm like, hold on a second. What she just say? Let me rewind that because that was good. So yeah, so I definitely want to do that. But yeah, have a good rest of your evening. And let me tell you something. I will be making that taco soup. And just in case I forgot to. No, I didn't because I screenshot that up. But if not, you put them in the comments, that recipe, Hunter, because I want to try. Put recipes to anything you all were talking about that was a favorite. Because like I said, I got different taste buds now, so I definitely am with the trying it, unless it's something I just don't eat, and I'll tell you that. Oh, I don't want to torture you. Thank you, AAA. Thank you, AAA. Like I said, but guys, I have enjoyed this. Thank you all for bringing me energy and laughter and love. Every last one of you all that came through here. Thank you for loving. Hey, Vic, hey, sis. Thank you for coming through here and showing love to each other. You know what I mean? Thank you. So like I said, because who knows, in this thing called life, you never know what the next 5 minutes going to bring you. So I'm glad we got to enjoy this time. So if for all of us, if this is the only moment we had, at least we had one in the day where we got to laugh, think back on some good times, think about some good foods that I want to come to your house and eat, that I want to come and get some of those crabs you're allergic to, whatever, let me know. Just let me know so I can help, so I can help you help me. But other than that, guys, I have really enjoyed you all, and I'll probably catch you either in another chat, your chat, somewhere else on here today. But have a good one. Mad love to all of you. And thank you. See ya.